Hello everybody, this is Tom with an update on my Pledge for Pledge campaign on Patreon. Building my Patreon page by supporting other creators in a reciprocity back and forth of pledging to each other's pages. This is my second full month doing a Pledge for Pledge campaign, and this was my first month where I really felt like I had kind of figured out the ins and outs and worked the bugs out of the system and garnered some positive financial results from it. So you can see that currently here at the beginning of June, I have 25 patrons at $53 per creation. That's actually down a couple of people from the month before. One thing I didn't do in May that I really wanted to, and if you're going to do Pledge for Pledge, you need to in order to make it work for you, is take time to contact other creators on Patreon and offer to do a pledge exchange with them. I did that a lot in April and got myself all the way up to $50 a creation, and in May things were busy at school, so I didn't quite do that as much, but that's something that I will definitely be able to get into more this summer. But let me go in here and show you the results that I got for the month of May. So in the month of May, I did 4 creations, which are right here. And you know, that $53 per month, really you only get that amount on the first creation of the month, because after that first creation, many of the people supporting you have their pledge cap set to just supporting you for one creation. So you can see here my first creation from May, at the beginning of May, was this Gymnopedie #1 video, and that was I ended up with $44 pledged by 22 patrons. That was when I started the month, at the beginning of the month when this first posted, it was something like $53 from 26 patrons. And I ended up dropping 4 patrons through the month. They removed their pledges from my page for various reasons that had nothing to do with me. And so I ended up, by the end of the month, only getting $44 instead of $52, I think it was. And you can see that one of those patrons, their credit card never processed, so I didn't get that pledge from them. Then when we go to my second creation of the month, we drop from 22 patrons supporting to 9. That's because all of these people only supported 1 pledge a month on my site by setting their spending cap. So this dropped from $44 to 20. But after that, you can see it kind of stays level after that for the other ones that I did. You can see here on the right that my first creation in the month of June will be $53. Currently, with the support that I have, $21 for the next one, $19 for the next one. So, there's a diminishing return as you go. But if you add all of this up, I made roughly, after the fees and whatnot, I made roughly $80-some, which I'll show you here in a second. So the other thing is that obviously I'm supporting other patrons as well. So if I look at the inbound payments here for June, those 4 creations brought in $83.27, which was the net gain after it was actually $92. Minus the credit card fees and Patreon's cut. And I paid out $39 to other creators in the Pledge for Pledge campaign. So my net money that I brought in was actually $43.32. Now that's for the month of May, and that is up $40 from what I made in April. So that to me is moving in the right direction, and I actually did contact the 2 creators whose credit card, there were actually 2 people whose credit cards bounced and Patreon couldn't process. And I contacted both of them and said, hey, just wanted to let you know that your credit card wasn't able to be processed by Patreon. Keep on creating your art and doing your thing. Just wanted to let you know. And one of those creators went back to me and said, oh, really? I didn't know. And went into and found out that there was an error in his credit card info on his profile, and he fixed it. And when he fixed it, Patreon was then able to process the card. So that's why I have a $1.90 balance, because he was supporting me for $2, and that's minus the credit card fee and Patreon's cut. So, I think there's nothing wrong with contacting a creator whose credit card couldn't be processed and saying, hey, just wanted to let you know that, your card couldn't be processed by Patreon, and just kind of leave it at that. Because certainly if you're doing a pledge for pledge yourself and your card isn't getting processed, the people that you're supporting aren't getting paid from you, and they're likely to remove their support from your page as well as they move forward if that continues to be a month-to-month thing. So encouraging results here for my second month of doing a pledge for pledge, and it's definitely worth the time that I'm putting into it. I like the idea of supporting other creators. I like seeing other people's stuff. It's keeping me creating my own content on a regular basis. I'm aiming for about 4 creations a month, and it's also bringing in, you know, a little stream of cash amongst the many income streams that I have besides my full-time job with other online things that I do, like private lessons and arranging services and things like that. So hope that this little vlog is helpful to you to see how Pledge for Pledge on Patreon is working for me, and I'll definitely be doing more of these in the future to help people figure out how to make Patreon worth their time. Thanks.